What's going on, guys? Dan back here with the Regular Guy Garage. Getting started on again. So I just got started again for the third time. I'm pulling this engine out. The engine itself runs fine. Haven't had an issue with the engine at all, knock on wood, aside from little tuning stuff, which I told you I'm gonna get the engine tuned. Just small stuff, you know, place where I tried to cut corners, like this starter block plate issue, and that's what I'm doing now. But just wanted to show you the progress. I've really only been working on it for about an hour and a half. The good thing about taking it out 3 times is now I know exactly what I need to remove, what size tools and stuff, and it makes yanking this thing out really, really simple. So right now I'm gonna climb up under the car, get the torque converter loosened up, undo the bell housing starter, and honestly after that, I just have to take the motor mounts off and this thing's ready to come out. So yeah, just a quick update and at where we're at, and we'll pick it up here in a minute. Go over basically why I got a new block plate. This is the old one that came off the car. It had at one time in its life, I guess, had a flywheel bolt or something back out and chew it up. This is the new one that I got. I cut this to try and basically, I looked that up online and figured I would try and cut this to be like that. But as you can see, I mean, this thing is like, it's all bent and messed up. And when I actually put the starter in, I can see some daylight right here, and you can actually see where the starter is kicking out. So got rid of that. This is actually a really nice piece. This is universal. You could use it for automatic or manual. For manual, it has a piece that I already took off that goes right there. And then also, if you have a 157 tooth starter, or well, flex plate like I do, with the starter, you'll need this one. But if you had I believe the other one's 164, you just punch that piece out and you could use that same plate. Anyway, got the engine out. Pretty much just gonna wipe it down really quick. Everything looks pretty good. Yeah, gonna clean up in here a little bit. Then I'm gonna go ahead and drop this whole engine back in. And yeah. And just to kind of go over what's been happening to the flex plate, basically it's on this back side where the starter is tearing it up. Yeah. So you can see right here how these teeth are all tore up. There's a few that are really bad, and I just put this thing in. Yeah, here, like that one's pretty bad. And so I double checked everything like 15 times, 157 tooth flex plate, 157 tooth flex plate. The bell housing is for a, C4 with a 157 tooth flex plate. Correct starter, block plate, everything was correct. So it has to be that tore up block plate. So hopefully this thing, once we get it in, everything will be solid. Car will be starting perfect every time, and I won't have to do this dang flex plate again. This is the third time I'm doing it now. Well, this is the third flex plate I'm putting in it. Second time I'm having to do it. This time I did it different. I pulled the engine out, and so instead of the trans, I just didn't feel like laying on my back the whole time. Quick update. Got the car in, the engine's all in. Everything hooked up. I don't have the radiator hooked up because I got a new radiator coming. But everything's looking good. Got everything all back set up. Yeah, I mean, everything went relatively smooth. I feel like the other guys who work on their cars by themselves too will probably, I don't know, maybe it's just me or maybe you understand this too, but I feel like I lose a bolt every time I work on my car. Like I was missing valve cover bolts from when I did the cam. Now I'm missing a bolt for the alternator bracket. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, gonna wait on the alternator, or not the alternator, the radiator. It'll be here tomorrow, hopefully in the morning, and then I can finish it up. I might do something about the new radiator has a cooler built into it, so I might get rid of that cooler. I don't really like it anyway, plus I kind of bent it up, but we'll see. So along with, changing out the block plate, what I went and did was been meaning to do it for a while. The car's been slightly kind of creeping up in temperature over time, and I think this looks like it's an aftermarket radiator, but I went ahead and ordered the SVE radiator. It's a little bit thicker, plus it's brand new. I don't know where this one's been in its lifetime. Anyway, so pretty confident that the SVE radiator is going to help keep this thing cool. Additionally, it has fittings for a transmission cooler. So right now I have, I don't know if you can see right there is a little transmission cooler. I'm going to take that off, put the lines right into here, and I won't have to worry about having that other transmission cooler dangling off. We'll just be able to have it all run through here and keep that transmission cool. All right, so we got everything put back together. Go ahead and start it up. If you saw my last video, you've already seen this car start. But all right, guys, so as you can see, we've got the block plate in the car. Car is running great. Well, I wouldn't say it's running great, but it's running pretty good right now. You know, still need to get the tune optimized, which, you know, another couple of weeks to be able to get me in. But the car at least starts much better. Before, you know, I didn't know how many starts I was going to get out of it. It would be really hard to start with this, with the new block plate, new starter, new flex plate again. Car starts, you know, every time. I don't have to worry about it, hot, cold. It doesn't matter. So one peace of mind, it makes me actually, you know, you kind of get in these little grooves where, you know, your love for your project kind of ebbs and flows. Like, you know, for a while, you know, I was loving this project, really deep into it. And then it got to the point where that little, you know, starter nagging problem, I just didn't, you know, I kind of started to lose interest. But now that I got that all fixed up, really happy it's done, ready to get this car. And actually, so we are going to take the car out to the track again before we get the tune optimized. The tune's safe enough to race on, but I'm pretty confident with one small change, I'm going to get the car into the 7-second 8th mile range, you know, which is, it's about a mid to low 12-second quarter mile pass. But stay tuned for that. It'll be up in the next video. Got a lot of racing coming with this car. I know winter's coming. We're going to be, you know, doing stuff to the car all winter, get it ready to hopefully make some really respectable passes next year. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you don't follow me on Instagram, @RegularGuyGarage, I'm not super active, but I do post on there every now and again. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.